Our thought today is, are you facing a giant? We've been reading about giants today. And my question is, have you ever faced one? I can assure you, you have. And I'm not talking about literal giants like Goliath. I'm talking about giants like serious illness, debt, unemployment, unexpected pregnancies, anger, pain, disappointment, fear. Those giants in our lives. These are the giants that challenge our faith. Maybe they've been taunting you for days, months, or years, like Goliath did to the Israel army. It said in our reading, for 40 days the Philistine, which is Goliath, came forward every morning and evening and took his stand. 40 days, day after day, he challenged the Israelites, yet the person most qualified to face the giant was dismayed and terrified. That person was the king. That person was Saul. He was their leader. He was their king. Saul was an impressive young man without equal among the Israelites. He was a head taller than any other. Remember that description of Saul? He was their leader, and he was too scared to lead and go out and fight. Though the 41st day began like all the others, it took a totally different twist when David arrived. He was still a boy, and at this point in his life, he had never fought in a battle, never fought in a war against an army, against a foe. He was just a shepherd. His resume consisted of watching and caring for his father's sheep. Granted, there were times he faced dangers with lions, bears, and thieves, but he was not a warrior. He was not a seasoned warrior like Goliath. David did not leave home to fight a battle. In fact, he didn't even know about Goliath until he arrived in the camp to see the Israel army tuck its tail and run. And once again, they were engulfed with fear and had no faith. David did not see a giant that day. He saw an opportunity to trust God when no one else would. The whole army of Israel, God's people, not one in that army trusted God and had faith. It took a boy by the name of David. Your servant has killed both lion and bear, is what David told King Saul. David was prepared to be a warrior for his God. He had faith in what God would do and what God could do, and again, what God would do. Not could do, but would do. And with one stone, the giant that tormented Israel for 41 days was killed by a shepherd boy, by a boy. That giant tormented them. And my question for you today is, what giants are tormenting you? You have the same choice as David. You can choose to run in fear with the rest of the crowd, or you can trust God's faithfulness and stand tall whatever giant is tormenting you and declare, I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty. This day, the Lord will hand you over to me. We can declare that today. I come in the name of the Lord God Almighty. And this day the Lord will hand you, whatever giant you are, whatever that giant is, that Lord will hand that over to you. Again, whether that be serious illness, debt, unemployment, unexpected pregnancies, anger, pain, disappointment, fear, you fill in the blank. This day, the Lord will hand you, and you can fill that in, the Lord will hand that debt over it. Will you have faith that God will deliver you? Call upon the name of the Lord. He has already chosen the stone that will strike down your giant. He's just waiting for you to call upon Him and ask for His help.